Really quick video just to help you critically take a look at your thumbnail before you load it up and actually run with it and use it. The two websites that you can use are testmythumbnails.com or thumbnailpreview.com. So we're going to go to testmythumbnails.com. This is super quick. I'm just going to upload a thumbnail and I'm just going to find this one here. And that is it. I have actually not been using this recently, but because I mentioned it in a previous video, I thought, oh, I'll just show you a really quick little video so you can have a look at it. But what I do is when I bring this up, I sit back. The question that you want to ask yourself is, would I click on that thumbnail? Would I click on that video? You see the title and you see the thumbnail, and you just, you see a bunch of other thumbnails next to it, and just have a scroll, have a scroll, have a scroll. And you're really just having a bit of a look to see, is it the way that you want it to look? Is it communicating what you want it to communicate? Because I know that for me, if I go back to my YouTube studio here, when I look at my thumbnail, the thing that I love to do is once it's loaded up in here, I love to see it looking really, really tiny. Because if I can understand it when it looks that tiny, I think to myself, it's not too cluttered. So I have changed this out already about, I would say 3 or 4 times. I did have a go at making the photo of myself a lot smaller because I thought I'm usually making myself a little bit bigger on the thumbnail. So I kind of just wanted something a little bit different because I've kind of picked a bit of a characterful photo of myself. I just thought I'd have fun with my hoodie up, and I just quite like the little tall pointy head because, that's what we're doing here on YouTube. We're all being pointy heads, aren't we? Pointy YouTube heads. And the Find Your Tribe, I had those words quite a bit smaller. And so I kept on just switching out, and I'm sure that you know this, but we just click on those 3 dots and we just click change. And that's how you then, change out your thumbnails. But I have made my words quite a bit bigger. And now when I sit back and I see that from a distance, and even, do you know what else? Just sort of squint your eyes down, just soften your gaze. And, just what I love about that thumbnail, and I'll probably end up by changing it in a few days' time because I'll think to myself, actually, I haven't really had much interest or much click through on it. But what I like about it at the moment, and what I'm constantly trying to work on, is there are 3 elements in that thumbnail. We've got a background. I literally just picked a background in Canva, and I'll do another video about just the way I play around in Canva and have a look at them, have a look at backgrounds. The second element is a photo of me. And again, I'll be able to show you how I do things like remove background, but just the words. We've got background, photo of me, and words. 3 elements only. And when I stand back, I can see very easily Find Your Tribe. And the other thing that I like about this, the text on this thumbnail, is that it doesn't repeat my title, The Secret Power of Community versus Audience on YouTube in 2025, but it supports it. And so I think to myself, what I'm hoping is, I've kind of picked that dark blue brick kind of, I don't know, I quite liked that. First of all, I like the blue, yellow, red. So I quite like those primary colors working together. I think the white looks nice because it's picking up the bit of white in my sweatshirt here and the white of the word. The yellow, I think, just pops. I've seen quite a few thumbnails at the moment with some white text and some yellow text. So I'm having fun playing with that. I think it looks really, really attractive. And I've darkened up my sweatshirt there. So I might make a video about how I made that thumbnail. Honestly, I try not to fall in love with my thumbnails. That is absolutely the truth. It's just a tool. If your thumbnail and your title aren't going to get the click, then no one will get to your video and see the value. So that is how important thumbnails are. And that is how important titles are. It doesn't matter how good your video is if you cannot get the click. We're talking about this. Okay, right. Here is a thumbnail tester tool, because I want to show you this thumbnail tester tool today, because if your thumbnail and title can't get the click, no one will even get to your video to see the value that you've got in your video. So really, really important that you can stop the scroll with your thumbnail, and the text on your thumbnail, if you've got some text, is a really good idea, and the title. And you want all of those things to work in together.